Hi, I'm Mark Polet, and I want to take you on a journey of challenge and hope on God's good earth. And to do that, we're going to start at the moon. It has been almost 54 years since the crew of Apollo 8 circled the moon and took the now famous picture of the Earth rising over the desolate lunar surface. It is estimated a quarter of the Earth's population saw the Apollo 8 broadcasts, and the photo itself was an inspiration for the first Earth Day in 1970. The photo still evokes a sense of wonder. This little blue jewel framed by the lifeless moon and the vastness of space, our precious, fragile home. On Christmas Eve, 1968, as the Apollo 8 astronauts rounded the moon for the 9th time, they read the first 10 verses from the book of Genesis back to Earth. They ended the reading with, "God bless all of you, and all of you on the good earth." Captain James Lovell laid out the challenge and the hope we have as God's stewards of this good earth. And I quote, "We did something that ended up showing the earth and its people exactly how we existed, where we are, that we were really here on Earth, a spacecraft, and we are all astronauts, and whether we liked it or not, we have to work together to accomplish the mission. Down here on Earth, we seem not able to do that." Well, perhaps business's mission, or BAM, can do that, being the steward of God's creation through the creative agency of business. We will focus on one aspect, the provision of clean water and clean air in some of the least served parts of the planet. The challenge is the people we want to reach are facing the greatest environmental, even existential challenges. Let's look at these 3 maps. The first map shows the distribution of fine particulate matter around the world. The deeper the red color, the higher the health risk. The second map shows the level of access to water of sufficient quality and quantity. The darker the red, the higher the stress, while gray shows arid conditions and low water use. The third map shows the progress of the gospel among all people groups. The darker the red, the higher concentration of least reached people groups. We took these 3 maps and merged them, and here's what we came up with. The overlap is remarkable. Those precious people who need to hear the good news are, in many parts of the globe, facing the worst air quality and maximum water stress. In the paper that accompanies this presentation, we rank the countries to show where people need the gospel heard and need clean air and clean water. In a 2019 study done on a Central Asian city, not one clean air day was recorded in the period of the 9-month study. Not one. Both India and Pakistan have extremely high baseline water stress. The Indus Valley or Punjab is one of the largest regions of agricultural production in both India and Pakistan, where a large part of the crops rely on irrigation. The economic disruption of reduced water access will be profound. As Dr. Sujata Moses said in the BAM Global Webinar on Environmental Stewardship in March 2021, asthma and chronic bronchitis caused by air pollution and waterborne typhoid and cholera are preventable. The people we are trying to reach and the people we are sending into the field are getting sick from the pollution, and this does not need to happen. But you can help our co-workers and help the people we want to reach flourish. There is hope. And that hope is coming through what God is doing through BAM. BAM businesses may be one of the best vehicles to address these environmental challenges. While conventional capitalism is struggling for meaning, and it is no longer acceptable to just bring value to shareholders, we in the BAM space have always known that. We bring purpose, spreading the good news of Jesus Christ, while blessing people, especially providing jobs, which leads to social stability. We do this while making a profit so that our businesses are sustainable and provide legitimacy, and we protect the planet. We all work in the garden. BAM already works in the area that have the worst economic background, worst air quality, and worst water quality and quantity, and yet it thrives. BAM is on the ground where it is needed most. BAMers work in the areas where people are often hungry, thirsty, sick, and affected by pollution. Missional organizations have led in medicine and education in the past, and it is time now to add environmental mission. For the people we are trying to reach are facing the most challenging environmental issues of lack of clean water, bad air, food insecurity, and energy insecurity. In other words, BAM and mission organizations are one of the best examples of convergent innovation. Convergent innovation integrates the capabilities and goals of different actors in society in order to meet these great challenges. We all need to bring our loaves and fishes to feed the 8 billion with the good news and give clean air and clean water. It will take all of our combined capacity to help meet our pressing environmental challenges. The good news is God has already thought of that, and He has given you the tools, resources, and the movement of the Holy Spirit called BAM to do it. The need does stretch over several continents, and more work needs to be done to understand local needs of clean energy, clean water, and clean air. The key now is to mature and mobilize the technologies by removing the development and capital constraints that hinder their establishment and find the right places where these technologies can be placed. In short, where your greatest gift can meet the world's greatest needs in this virtuous supply chain. You are all on this team. Some of you will bring your financial skills. Others of you have intimate knowledge of the local needs. This is incredibly important because while the challenges cover much of the unreached world and the solutions come from all over the world, the solutions must be locally driven to meet local needs. Others of you are building robust, innovative technologies that could run and be maintained anywhere. And many of you are bringing strong business and gospel skills to complete the team. We still need technical assessors to help convince investors the BAM technologies will work. And I and others are encouraging the BAM investment funds to establish clean tech arms. And, as is often the case, the Holy Spirit is showing the way through the work of faithful BAMers. There are BAM energy audit firms in North America now coming to South Asia, plastics recycling in Nepal, safe toilets in India, sustainable energy projects in the Netherlands, Canada, and Scotland, biodigesters in Canada, water treatment in Pakistan, water purifiers in Indonesia, and waste energy projects in Canada and Australia, just to name a few. All of these projects are being intentionally developed so that they can be moved into areas with the greatest need by like-minded individuals and companies. Invest in God's good news. Invest in God's good earth. Invest in flourishing. With God's help, you got this.